Friends, welcome to my series on learning with DigitalDeepak. All of us have either done sales or have been targets of fun, but not all of us can put the sales strategies into defined buckets. That's what Deepak helped us understand in our third session of the Digital Marketing Internship course. You can find my articles on the learnings from the first and second class in the description below. Also, if you like this video, watch out for the bonus treat that I have included specially for you. So once you have an idea who your customer is, after identifying the market and the person we are talking to, now it would be time to talk. You would need to get their attention, inspire them, persuade them, and finally transform them. This would be based on the principle of AIDA model. It's a purchasing funnel where buyers go to and fro at each stage to support them in making the final purchase. So the stages of this funnel would be creating brand awareness for or affiliation with your product or service, generating sufficient interest in the benefits of your product or service for the buyer to start to research further, create desire for your product or service through an emotional connection, showing your brand personality. That is, you have to move the consumer from liking it to wanting it. And finally, move the buyer to interact or engage with your company in taking action. That is, making the purchase. Now, in order to sell any product, you have to get people to say yes to you. And this skill can be learned, just like learning to use a tool. That's because the way humans think and take purchase decisions has been similar for hundreds of years. Want to know how? Largely, it can be classified into 7 triggers in our brain, which makes humans take action. These may be termed as shortcuts. Let me take you through them. First one is social proof. We are influenced by the wisdom of others, by the crowds. Well, this image kind of says it all, though. So remember how most children looked to others in the class before raising their hand to answer a question the teacher had just asked? Or how you chose the stream you wanted to study in, maybe engineering or MBA? People match the actions of others automatically and unconsciously. You would notice people imitating the behavior of other people in religious places. We find out what others are doing before making a decision, like we would look for reviews and testimonials on shopping websites before purchasing a product, read review articles on movies before we decide to go for one, and watch trending videos on YouTube. We tend to order from restaurants with good reviews on food delivery apps. Another way social proof affects us is that we watch those around us and try to model our behavior after them. All of us see Instapics and status with brands where people want to be seen and wish to pamper ourselves, just like our friends and peers. You can look up many more examples relating to such behavior as per your own niche and try to apply them to enhance your sales now that you know what to look for. Let's move on to the next one. Scarcity. As psychologist Robert Cialdini in his book Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion says, a product becomes more attractive when their perceived availability is limited. Think of it. When someone tells you that resources are limited, or that you can't have something, or you lose your chance to get the thing you really like if you don't click the buy button in the next 2 hours, your brain shifts to a different level of thinking. Now the game changes. Utility drops in importance, and the desire to own it becomes the goal, hence creating additional value for that limited time for that product. But remember, for it to work, you should have hungry buyers who are already sold on what you are selling. Scarcity is simply a little nudge to get them to click the buy button quicker. Example, only 2 units remaining, commonly used for products online and hotel booking websites. Black Friday deal closing in 3 hours, limited seats remaining, seat selection in movie halls, deadline for applications, early bird offers, and some MLM schemes because they try to get you to sign on quicker so that you could earn more later. The next one is reciprocity. We are influenced to give back what we get, and people feel obligated to return favors. They do not always strive for an equal exchange. This rule is a basic law of social psychology that says we must pay back for what we receive. People from all cultures feel a compelling need to repay acts of kindness, appreciation, gifts, or favors received, or invitations to parties. Think of it, the cabbie who opens the door for you, the waiter who serves you with a smile, the holiday company that gives you a free ticket to a show or invites you to a dinner. They're all using this technique. When a business makes you indebted to them, they could always encash it at an appropriate time. Reciprocity is a social norm that influences your purchase decisions. A good example would be Baskin-Robbins letting you taste various flavors before you order one. Festival gifts exchanged every year by us are another example. Free checkup camps at hospitals and service camps at car dealerships, free tea and water during peak hours at clothing shops, clean washroom services on highway shops and petrol stations. Credit card points that acts as an incentive to spend more from that specific card, which gives you better points in return. Jio is giving a free trial period to broadband users for a month, and the list goes on. Can you think of more? Is it amazing? Isn't it amazing to find how these things affect us? You'll see the next one almost every day. Authority. We follow people who look like they know what they're doing. Remember all the TV commercials where actors dressed as doctors or engineers are advising to use a product? A person who is an authority figure in our minds or is an expert can influence people in making purchase decisions. This holds especially true in fields where we are not experts ourselves. Why? Because it's easier to trust an authority figure in the field than it is to do your own research on any given topic. You can see this in a lot of online marketing as well, with headlines and blog posts that include phrases like scientists say, experts say, research shows, or scientifically proven. Example would be expert review, advice articles for product value creation, movie critics, promotion during popular shows. How do you think this is going to affect your purchase decisions in the future? Let me know in the comments box. In the meantime, let's talk about the next one. The next one is commitment. The principle of consistency says that they will then feel an automatic compulsion to stick the decision they've already made. So people are more likely to take action on what they commit to, because once you have said yes to something, it is very hard to say no to the same thing again. The trick is to ask for a small favor first, where they would not easily say no. Just think of it. We're surrounded with hundreds of choices to make every single day. For convenience, we simply make a single decision and then stick to it for all subsequent related choices. The way to earn customer loyalty using this principle is to make them commit to something, whether it is a statement, a stand, a political affiliation, or an identity. This is commonly known as the foot in the door technique. A very common example is asking a girl out. First, you ask her out for a coffee, then a movie, then dinner, and then maybe propose to her once you have some commitment into the relationship from her. Isn't it? So true. Mobile games are another example. You start for free, then get committed, then some of us would pay to win further or keep playing further. Another example could be CRM software like Zoho. The Geo example can also be quoted here since the people have now committed to higher download speeds and have paid the security deposit to keep using the service for longer. Isn't it interesting? The next one is liking. We are more likely to comply with requests made by people we like. People like to do business with people that they like, admire, respect, and trust. So if you like someone more than the others, all other things being equal, you would still prefer to do business with them more than the others. These are people who you can relate to or find something in common with. Such people can range from our closest friends to complete strangers that we are attracted to. This explains why we trust word of mouth recommendation from our peers as well as stuff endorsed by our favorite singers, actors, social media influencers, or bloggers. The factors which influence our liking could be language, ethnicity, education, line of business, similar past experiences, similar losses, drinking habits, astrology inclinations, sports interests, physical attractiveness, etc. Hence, car and beer advertisements always have beautiful models in them. People are more inclined towards brands endorsed by who they follow. Even referral programs work on the same principle. It would differ from case to case, and you can find out the bias with different audiences you have. And the seventh trigger is fear of missing out or a sense of urgency. We don't want to look back on our lives and wonder, what if? People are always put have all people will always put more effort not to lose something than to gain the same thing. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, refers to messaging that appeals to consumers' desire to latch on to every opportunity before it slips through their fingers. Many people would rather make an impulse purchase than regret failing to act later. The psychology behind FOMO marketing works because we are risk-averse species. Risk avoidance in this case would mean preventing the possibility of missing an opportunity. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. But don't confuse FOMO with scarcity. The best example to show the difference between scarcity and fear of missing out is that mutual funds are not scarce. But each passing day you miss on investing, you are missing out an opportunity to grow your money. The product itself is not going anywhere, but the time is. One such advertisement could sound like, the hourglass is almost empty on your opportunity to invest in mutual funds. See how that triggers the fear of missing out? Another one could be gain 1,000 or lose 1,000. Which one would you choose? One other way that this fear could be used is pain or loss avoidance. Such examples are common, such as you might lose your health if you don't keep yourself clean. That's most used by toothpaste, soap, disinfectant product sales. So, when you're trying to define your target customer avatar, try to find out these psychographic factors so that you are then able to talk to them while using the above triggers and help them take shortcuts in making buying decisions. I wish you all the best. Please post in comments below what you think of this and if you have any more ideas to add here. Now on to your bonus treat. Since you liked the video and have watched it till the end, as a bonus, click on the special link in the description to get Digital Tools Mastery Course Bundle by DigitalDeepak for a special introductory price of just 999 rupees. It presently has 26 video reviews, and by getting it now for the introductory price of 999 only, you will have access to 100 videos of digital marketing tools and will be able to boost your business or scales with the help of these tools. This link shall only work for the first 50 buyers. If you are able to use the offer, I congratulate you on taking the first step towards starting a fresh and swift digital marketing future for yourself and your business.